Okay, I am going to go through some very important mobility moves that you always need to be able to do. So I focus on some of the main ones, and then I veer off into different things just because I can, because I've done this a long time. See this? It's a foam roller. A lot of people with joint issues say, "Oh, I can't get down. I can't do that." Well, I'm going to show you some things that you can do. And if you've had knee issues, and if you have to keep your quads and your hamstrings really strong, or strong as you can, this is for you today. Okay. Because, as you know, this is a shorter one. My longer ones are downstairs. Anyway, I'll use that. But you can actually use a towel, a rolled up towel. So I'm not ready to get to that right yet. So if you're good to go, I'm going to go ahead and stand up, and I'm going to do some just range of, I'm going to do some very important moves, about 6 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7. Let's start here. Let's take a wide stance. Okay. And do you see what I'm doing right now? I'm shifting the whole body into a supporting leg. I'm not doing it where it's a steady state thing. I'm rocking back and forth, rocking back and forth, rocking back and forth. And how do you rock back and forth? Number 1, do you see how I pushed myself into the stability leg? Do you see how I'm toe tapping here? Yeah. What you don't see, and what's very hard to see on a situation like we have here, is when I push myself into this leg, what's happening with the knee? And I know there's many of you out there that have had knees replaced. I'm one of them. This is my knee replaced side. When I push into here, my knee softens. It doesn't really bend, but it softens. My rib cage is up. I'm toe tapping, and you see I have my little pole lightly. And if you want to really peak your balance muscles, so to speak, the proprioceptive muscles, just have this ready. Don't really stake it into the ground. Do you see how I'm shifting? Okay, my knee softened. I'm going into some very important nuances of your posture. And there's a lot of people who will roll their eyes at these little, seemingly very little points, and they'll never get the benefit. So my knee is soft. I'm not over leaning from my back. See, I'm right here. This is my neutral point. I can use this bar here with my elbows turning back. I can use it right here. I can put it on the ground if I need it. When I shift, I say rib cage up. That's going to keep you from overleaning and straining your back. Okay, I'm going to go rib cage up, brace, drop my shoulders, breath through the nose. See how my toe is there? Now I'm going to just do little taps. See that? Okay, this move right here is waking up the very muscles that you need to help your knee be stronger. Okay? So don't drop these out. Don't just ignore these and, oh, I just want to get to the big moves. This is a big move. And if you're doing this with me, as I shift, see, I'm just a little wider than shoulders. As I shift into my supportive knee, the knee softens. I say rib cage up. I breathe through my nose. I have my bar here if I need it. Then I'm on my toe here and just doing little taps. See? Just little taps. Yeah, if you can keep the knee, if you can keep the toe up and be on one leg, God bless you. But you don't have to stay there, especially if you try to hold that toe up. Experiment, do a test. Don't hold on to anything. Try to bring that toe up. And you're going to be going all over the place trying to stay on target or on balance. So yes, I want you to struggle with that, but not so much that you get discouraged and you think it's just too hard for me. Use your pole, okay? Your bar, your wall, something. Just don't overuse it, okay? So my tummy's in, meaning I'm bracing. I'm dropping my shoulders. Yes, I am. My knee is soft. It's not bent. And I'm saying rib cage up as I lift my toe off that ground. See? And my whole body has shifted. This is a very different move than this move, okay? This move. See, that's a different move. When I step out and I just let my leg come out, that's a different move. Why is it a different move? Because I use my muscles differently. So when I stay with my stability leg, that's very different than moving my whole body back and forth. This is a very good move to do too. But I wanted you to feel the very muscles that we're going to be working with. And I'm barefooted, so I'm not going to do, tons of marching around. I could, but when I put my foot down, here's one of those little tips. Look at your toes. Open those toes out, okay? And when you're on the supported leg, open your toes, soften your knees, tap, tap, tap. Take a breath. Yeah, take a breath. Take a breath, soften the knee, bring it down, shift the whole body, soften the knee, shoulders are down. You're doing a tap, tap, tap. A tap, tap, tap. A tap, tap, tap. This is Juliana. Sorry about this, you guys. Hi, Julia. Everybody is on, so it's nothing on my side because everybody else is on, I think.
Everybody else is on?
Yeah, try to call Kathy. Do you have any of your other numbers?
No, I don't.
Oh,
No,
okay. Okay, well we're
I have Nancy.
Okay.
Nancy.
Okay. Well, we're right in the middle of class and you're the only one that, so maybe back out and then come back in.
Yeah, I tried to do that. I'll do it again.
Okay. This is a live class. Okay. She dropped off, so I'm seeing everybody, so I don't know what happened. Okay. So this side to side motion, okay, is actually a pretty central part of helping our knees be better. Now, I'm going to do another one. I'm going to put my chair right here. See, I'm stepping right here. Here's my chair. I have 2 of my balance pads. I'll take one off, okay? Now, I'm going to step on this one leg because I've already practiced doing that, right? And I'm going to just bring my knee up like this, and I'm going to push out. I'm going to push out against the chair, all right? And I'm on one leg, and I'm just steadying it with the chair. So if you have your kitchen chair, put one leg down, that's your stability leg. Bend the knee as far up as you can so that some part of your lower leg is against the chair. Now, could you do this at a wall? Yes, I would do it at a wall in a minute to show you this. But I have a chair here. So I'm trying to get you to innervate without super loading the muscles around knee function, okay? Drop your shoulders, take a breath, soften the knees, bring the knee up close to the chair, and then start pressing out. Yeah, really hard. And then count 1001, that press, right wherever you're hitting the front of the chair, push out on it. And you're gonna feel the engagement of your adductor muscles, okay? Let's turn around and do the other side. So here I am, my chair's right here. I'm going to put my leg down, then I'm gonna bring the leg up that's close to the chair, and then I want you to push out. If you were at the wall, you would be pushing into the wall really hard. Count 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1007, 1008, 1009, 1010, and bring it down. And you should feel an internal pressure when you do that kind of motion, okay? That starts working these side muscles, and they're all connected into helping you your knee function better. All right, then I'm going to step back. Okay, that's my backward step. Let's do them on both. Today I'm not doing a lot of repetition. On mobility days I tend to hit the motion and keep going and then come back around to it, because I want you to give your muscles a chance to actually be functionally flexible, okay? So this move that I'm doing right now, I have my bar and I'm barefooted. I'm gonna say rib cage up, I'm gonna slide back. See that? If I get a little off balance when I go to slide back, I am not going to turn one or both of my feet. If I get a little bit off of balance, I'll either use my pole, use the wall, or I will go wider, then step back, because I want you to step back pretty far, okay? And I don't want you to turn your toes, and I don't want this knee to go in or go out. Then I'm going to just slide back up. And while you're doing this slide, this backward lunge slide, okay, so here I am. I'm going to get ready to go back. I'm going to hip hinge, all right? Because as that goes back, don't turn the toes. Don't turn them out. As I go back, I want to rotate into that ball of the foot and then bring the heel down. So when you're barefooted, this is where you can really work on this. I hope Juliana got back on. Anyway, I see people popping up. I just can't see your names and stuff. Do you see how I'm doing this little roll? Okay, it's little things like this that's gonna help the magic happen. And I say magic because it really is that way. You think, oh, I have to do these huge, horrendous things to get, really trained. Take time to do some walking. Right now, when you can't walk outside or you freeze yourself, walk up and down the stairs. Don't go fast. Do you see what I'm doing? I'm prepping you to do just that. And if you've been avoiding your stairs, don't. It's one of your best fitness tools is a set of stairs, okay? You see how I'm bending and I'm going back? I'm just kind of working it. Then I'm going to come forward. Then I'm going to slide the other one back. And I'm going to bend until my toes go as flexed as they can. Then I'm going to drop that knee down. And so when it's so cold, you don't feel like moving and you're inside, you got to actually choose to move. See how I'm working this back here? See, I'm dropping the knee. My toes are forward. My toes are very splayed. And I'm dipping my knee down. Okay. This kind of motion is crucial to knee health. Yeah. As well as hip health, but especially knees and feet. Especially if you can roll into it, if you can do this without hanging on to something. If you need to, that's okay. You're going to wobble and weave a little bit. That's part of this type of training, okay? And if you do hinge forward a little bit, you're going to come forward from the hip, okay? And you roll those toes into a real flexed position. And you go down as far as you can. And you don't do it until you feel a burn or anything like that. These are big mobility work. So now let's go. We've worked from the foot all the way up to the hip. Let's go up now, from the waist up. See the bar? And if somebody's coming on and they go, oh, what has she got there? This is the end of a mop handle, okay? And I put some duct tape around it so it wouldn't have any rough edges, that's all, okay? Come right here. We're gonna come up here. We're gonna come here. We're gonna check in with our shoulders. Then we're gonna come back down. See, that's very different than a lot of different training kind of reels that you might be seeing. Well, they go from one to the other and they just rip the arms right up and over. There's a lot of you coming on that have had significant shoulder issues. While I'm talking to you, see, I'm a little wider stance. My knees are soft. My rib cage is lifting. My shoulders are down. And when I bring the bar up here, I'm going to go way wide. And I'm going to go on top of my head. Now I've got a little tricky shoulder, okay? Yeah, from an injury. Then I gently slip the bar behind the top of my head. I don't go down yet, all right? Then I come right back to the chin, under the chin. So I'm going to turn. So my tummy's going to go tight. My shoulders are going to go down. I'm going to go right here. Take a big breath, soft knees, slip that bar right behind the head and push with your head against the bar. You're going to feel a big stretch through your pecs, okay, and your shoulder. So right into here. Bring that bar right behind the top of the head and push back. Drop your chin, push back, then go back up, then come back down, then come back down. You should be feeling that in the shoulders, but you should be feeling a real good feeling through your back because you're not leaning forward and flexing your back excessively. We do that when we're unloaded. We're going to get unloaded here in just a minute. This is load. This is your body loaded, okay? You're loading your spine. That's why your foot position, how your knees are engaged as far as locking or softening, big deal, big deal. So we're going to come right back to this one. I'm letting this settle down. We're going to go to the next move, which is right here at my chair. I have my little light on because it's very dark these days. I'm going to just come right here. I'm going to do an exercise here called the cat-cow. Then I'm going to do it on the floor. You get to choose. You can do it right with me. Or if you know we're going to be on the floor anyway, go right ahead down and do it. But those of you who want to take it a little by little, just put your hands right here on your chair with your pad on it, okay? Now, we're using our hands to take a lot of load. That takes it off your back. Then we're going to do the cat-cow. I'm going to drop my head, soften my knees, and I'm going to round my back. Okay, just round that back up. Really pull the shoulders up. Then reverse that. So now you're going to really push your butt back, drop your shoulders, lift your chin, turn your chin from one shoulder to the other shoulder, not fast. Really let your back go into a camel position, okay? Like way down there. Then we just reverse it. We squeeze, we drop the head, and we push those shoulders up. And you hold it 1001, 1002, 1003, and you start to move down. And you look the chin up. And so if I were somebody that just wanted to take my time getting into the floor, you're doing it with me. If you don't want to get in the floor, at least commit to 3 to 6 of these pretty much every day. Your back, your hips, well, thank you, okay? So way up like a mad cat, then reverse it. Soften the knees, really push the butt back and round your back. Lift your chin up, turn and come down with your chin to the shoulder, then look up. Go to the other shoulder, try to touch that shoulder. Don't lift the shoulders, don't do it. And then come back down, okay? Now you can continue to do that if you want to, right here. Because then we're gonna do a downward, people call it downward dog. I just call it a dog stretch because that's what dogs do when they stretch. You can do it right from here, okay? But if you wanna come with me, we're gonna go down to the floor. See how I just dropped my knee there? You can use this, it's okay, or not. Then I'm down into the floor. And you see this knee? See, I'm getting into the floor and I'm pulling this knee up as I drop myself a little lower. See, I'm not just in a hurry. I'm not in a hurry to get down. You can do this move right here. Okay, so we're stretching all through here, all through the hip, especially through the groin here. See how I'm coming down? I just keep that. This is my hip replace side. This is my knee replace side. I know it. And I'm just coming down as far as I can. Once I felt the stretch, then I just rotate and come down. I can go ahead and go up to the other leg as if I was going to get back up. So you're right here. Push that knee open. Act like you're coming down into your elbows. Okay. If you're here, if you're standing here, you're simply going to take the leg out and come down. That's all you're going to do. See, I can do this very same stretch from right here. Turn, put that toe out, come down as far as you can until you feel that groin. So you can do the very same thing right here against the chair. Okay? So once you come down here now, and you can do this at the chair, you come down and you put your elbows down. That's all I'm doing, putting my elbows down and my butt's in the air. Yeah, I'm taking you step by step through. For somebody that might have knees and or hips replaced, your movement pattern getting down into some of these moves have to change. Or you might pop a hip out, or it's not using your knee where in a advantage position, okay? So do some of these modifications. I'm on my hands and knees. I can do my cat, my mad cat, and camel. See, cat, cow, or cat, camel. I can do this very nicely here. Just do a few of them. Oh my goodness. Pull that hip up, pull it down, okay? Then I can go into the downward dog or the dog stretch. So I'm down here. I can do that up here. And I'm going to just stay right here and I'm going to bring one leg up. Then I'm going to bring it back. So it's kind of like I'm getting ready to do a modified plank. So I'm going to go up and then come back, okay? And I'm going to push into my toes now. Just very quickly, just push into my toes. Lift the butt up. We already prepped our legs. I'm trying to get my heels down, and then I'm going to come back down. If that's working good, see, you could do the very same thing here. It wouldn't be quite as much pressure through your upper body because that's the modification. All right, so now I'm going to go down to my elbows, down to my elbows. I'm going to go ahead and lay down, 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 right into the ground. Okay. Now on this one, if you didn't want to get in the ground, you can do this in your little bed. You can do this move against the wall because all I'm doing is putting you into a very hyperextended position to help your back recovery for things like spinal stenosis, things like deterioration of the spine. You still gotta move. So as I'm down here, I'm gonna now just push my elbows down and I'm gonna lift my hips. See that? Then come back down. Okay? Stay with me on this, y'all. This is kind of important. I could do this against the wall. I could do it on the chair with my hands down or my elbows down. I'm gonna tighten my tummy. I'm gonna push into my toes and I'm gonna tighten and I'm gonna lift my butt. See, my knees are down, then I'm gonna come back down. It's this move right here that is a real strengthening as well as stretching move because I can go with my knees down, see, like this. Just like that. But what if I come up and I don't have my knee down? I have one knee down. Okay, try it. Now go to the other one. So my toes are flexed. I'm going to drop my shoulders. I'm going to take a big breath. I'm going to bring my knee up, one, and keep one knee down. See, I'm pushing my butt up. Yeah, that's the modification. So you can do that. And it's not a matter of doing so many of them. You want to hold it there. Okay? So now I'm just going to push. I'm going to bring my hips up and then bring my knees up. Take a big deep breath and then come back down. So it's those very little moves that you do from the floor using your knees or not. That's going to get you core engagement, leg engagement. So I'm going to go push my shoulders down, take a breath. I'm going to come up with my butt, knees are down, then I'm going to take one knee and then the other knee. I'm going to come way up as far as I can. And then I'm going to come down and down and down. Okay? Then I'm going to push my butt back. Way back here. All right? And now we're going to do the very same idea on our hands and knees. And you could be doing this from the chair. My shoulders are down. I'm breathing in through my nose. Very important. Pull your tummy in, meaning brace. You got it? Now, I'm going to act like I'm going to get up, but I'm not. I'm actually doing the dog stretch, the downward doggy type thing. So I'm just going to push through my toes and push my heels down and drop my head as much as I can. And see, I can be doing this from the chair. So my heels are down and I'm pushing my chest into my thighs. That's the direction. That's the direction. You want to push, push, push. Push, 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 push. Then you're going to come down and land. Now, I'm going to go into some of the other moves as I get up. But right now, what I want to emphasize is everything I took you through just now was for core, but it was also attacking these muscles in the hip, the back of the legs, and right on top of your knee, above your knee. But you see, if I was somebody that had a knee replaced, or I was going to head toward a knee replacement, I need to unload. And this is what I was showing Mary Martin at the beginning of this. I hope Juliana's on. Anyway, this could be a rolled up towel. It could be a pillow, okay? Couple of things. When I see this done, I've unloaded my knee. I'm sitting. I could be sitting on this couch. I could be sitting on my bed. Okay. You want to brace up against a wall or brace up against something. And now I'm going to just bring my leg up just a little bit. And I have just a little bit of a flexion. And I get all this firing. And when I'm up there, I can do a point, flex, say rib cage up, do a circle, and I'm holding it tight. See, I would, if I were with you right now, getting you to fire this muscle and unloaded, you would be worried about what am I doing with my toe? How many do I have to do? No. I want this firing. I would be poking you right here. I want this really contracting. See that? So it's just a little flick. It's a little flick right here, but this is really firing. Okay. And then I would look and make sure that you were not rounding your back, because for some people, sitting in this position is almost like not going to happen because of their lack of flexibility through their back, through their hip, hamstring flexors, okay, extensors, flexors and extensors. Okay, I'm going to go to the other leg. See this? I'm going to check. I'm going to lean into something. I'm going to put a pillow. This is just one of those foam rollers. Or you could just roll up a pillow, or you could roll up a towel. The point is, you want minimal grind. You want maximal contraction. And so when I come up here, I just check, make sure that I'm lined up and I'm flexing. I'm really contracting right through here. And I might do, I might do, you want to feel the muscle. I could say, oh yeah, you need to do 100 a day. Well, that might discourage you. And I don't want to discourage you. I want you to feel that muscle firing. That's the point. Okay, so open back, breath, bring it up, really fire it, do a point flex, but don't let go of that muscle. Right layer, hot layer. You got it? And then bring it down, then come back up. So it's not the putting down and coming up that I'm so interested in. It's this flexion. This contraction, sorry. Take a breath. So this is just a knee extension. See, I'm extending the lower leg, bringing it down, extending the lower leg, bringing it down. Got it? And you're going to do a few, and I can tell you on my knee replace side, I feel these muscles firing and getting tired so much quicker than even my hip replace side. Yeah, it's this kind of a thing that I want to see you doing until you're going, I can't do one more. That's when we have it. Got it? So that's a real move to get serious with. So now I'm going to roll to the side. See what I'm doing? I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to put my hands right here on my chair, because I'm going to do a modified. These have been around forever. People have been doing these in fitness classes. Oh my goodness. We used to make jokes out of it. We called it the fire hydrant. And it would be hands and knees, and it would be bringing your knee this way. Now, some of you might have a trouble getting on your knees. That's why you can either be here or you can be here. You ready? So I'm going to do this as if I was somebody that couldn't be on my knee because it hurt. Then just put your hands on a nice soft pad on your chair. Tighten the tummy, drop your shoulders. You're gonna come right here and right here. And you're gonna come right up here like this, and you're gonna open and close. See that? So right now, I've unloaded this knee. If your knee down here is just soft, then you are firing that hamstring. You're firing it unloaded and you're firing it down here while it's a stability. It's not a mover right now, it's being stability. The top leg is the mover. See this? So you just come right in here and then you come up. So just get your range. Drop your shoulders, take a breath. Now just come up. See that? Just come up until you feel that muscle right here. That's your hamstring. And if you're gonna work on your quads, then you gotta work on your hamstrings. Okay, so find your range, bring it right here, and then just tighten the gluteal and lift. You don't have to go high. It's not a matter of that. You can just hold it here. Just hold it here. Take a breath, squeeze it up, and then come down. Okay? You should be feeling that right back here. Now I'm going to shift. Okay? Drop your shoulders, take a breath, tight tummy. You're going to slip the other leg back. This knee is soft, bent a little bit. Now I'm gonna just bring the leg up. Then I'm gonna bend at the knee. That's important. So I'm right here. And then I wanna go up from the hip. From the hip. See that? Yeah, so you come up and you can pull it in tight as you want to and then go back out. Bring it in, go back out. Bring it in, go back out. Bring it in, and go back out. Take a breath. Just hang out here for a little bit. Just like you're trying to put your foot up on the ceiling. You should be feeling it right back here. Breath, 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 breath. Bring it back down and bring it back down. Okay? Now, some of you are down on the floor, some of you are still here. If you're not wanting to get in the floor, then you're going to go ahead and sit, okay? And you can be on the pad or not, whichever way you need to. It depends on if you're fun-sized or not. Okay, I'm going to go back into the floor with some of you that are on the floor. And I'm going to do this with a bar in my hand because I want you to see what I'm doing here. So now I'm on my hands and knees again. And all I'm going to do is bring this arm right up here and just open back with my hand as far as I can go and then bring it down. See, I just want to fold under. So I'm holding myself in a hands and knees position. I'm curling my toes under. I'm using every opportunity to curl those toes under, okay? So I'm tight tummy. I could be doing this right here if I was standing, right? I hope you're getting that. Drop your shoulders. Yes. Take a breath. Yes. Soften your elbow. Yes. Bring my arm up as far up as I can and then bring it back down. Take a big breath. Drop your shoulders. Rotate. So what you're trying to do is get a nice transverse move, twist a bit, and stretch that shoulder back over your back. No, I don't go over my back, but I'm acting like I'm turning enough to try to get it way back there, the elbow way back, and then come back down. Take a big deep breath. One more time. Pull those toes under, really stretch those toes, tighten your tummy. Soften the supporting arm. Rotate. Bring it way up there. And then bring it back down. Take a big deep breath through the nose. Now I'm going to turn so you can see what I'm doing. And if I were standing, if I don't want to be in the floor because it bothers my knee or whatever, I'm not ready to do that. You stand and you put your hands on the chair. I think you're understanding that, right? Okay. So here I am, my tummy's in, my shoulders are down, my elbow is soft. Now, I'm gonna bring right here, just like if I had a sword. See, I'm gonna rotate. This is my tricky elbow. Not elbow, shoulder. And then I'm gonna come back down. See this move? This is a very important move. My palm is down. I have a bar in my hand. You can just simply have your hand if you want to. That's fine. This is going to tell you a lot about your shoulder mobility. Drop your chin, take a breath, drop your shoulders. Exhale, bring that elbow back over and bring your back of your hand up as far as you can, and then bring it back down. Excellent move. Take a breath, tighten the tummy. See, I'm telling you everything. Put your toes under. Yeah, stretch them. Okay, drop your shoulders, drop your elbow. Right here, this one. Soften it up and bring that elbow back over, back behind the spine or to the spine is where we're going with this. One more. Drop your shoulders. Here we go. Woo! All the way up. Bring it back down. Yes. Big breath, big breath, big breath. Now we're going to go and sit. See what I just did? Okay. If you can't remember anything else, now I'm going to post this. If you get on your hands and knees, if you can make it to there, and then you're saying to yourself, oh dear, how do I get to the floor with 2 replaced hips or replaced knees? See, there's a lot of people that have not got replaced knees. They don't have knee problems. They don't even know what you're talking about. They would just blow this off. Well, let me tell you, this move right here, this move, that's a very important move for anybody that has had knees and or hips replaced. And you may have to drop your elbow. You may have to come here, put your hand, press, and come up in order to get back up. That's the move you've got to get proficient in. Okay, nobody ever tells you that. It's this right here. If you have a replaced knee, of which I do, and a replaced hip, of which I do, or if you have 2 hips replaced, you have to do it a little differently, don't you? Well, that move that I just, from your hands and knees to the floor, not losing control, not just dropping right to the floor, that is a big move. Practice it. And so that it will work all your structural. You will be very functional in your strength if you will do that. Okay, once you've made it to the floor, what are you going to do? One of the best things you can do for knees and hips is to make sure that you can lift yourself up, okay? And then, see, this is the crab crawl. Yeah, you don't have to do a lot. You don't even have to do the crab crawl. Even though if I had a bunch of kids, I would have them do the crab crawl. They would be crawling all around. They'd be kicking a ball with their foot everywhere. And so back when you're in this position, you want to tighten your tummy, drop your shoulders, open at the hip, push into your heels, and lift your hips. Okay? So if you do this, and then you go back to the hands and knees, and then get back in the floor, that's a workout. If you just did that, so drop your shoulders, breath, push into the heels, lift, squeeze the butt. So how do you get stronger at this kind of a thing? If you have a shoulder issue, if you have knees replaced, hips replaced, this kind of mobility thing is really challenging. So I'm taking you through modifications so that you can always say, I know how to get up off the floor and I'm strong enough. Okay, Drop your shoulders, take a breath, bend the elbows, push into the hands, lift your hips, and you're into those heels, okay? And then you start, not by moving your hands, you start by lifting one foot, then the other. Drop your shoulders, take a breath, drop your shoulders, take a breath, drop your shoulders, take a breath, and come back down, and come back down. Drop your shoulders, then you just go to the side and put that leg like that. Then you come back, okay? So I'm hoping everybody's getting on and not getting shoved off. I know Marilyn's not with us today because she had internet problems, so, you know, maybe they're freezing. See what I'm doing? See what I'm doing? I'm gonna go like this and go like this. So I'm leaning, I'm rolling onto my hip replace side. I'm pulling my knee over here and coming back. Do you realize how important being able to do that move smoothly? And then what do I do next? Okie dokie. So we've done the crab crawl, we've done the T-spine, we've done the downward dog. We've done, we're gonna get up on the runner stretch. We've done the cat-cow. We've done the 90-90, we've done the up and over with our hands, and we're gonna do our 90-90s right now. What's a 90-90? So once you've gotten to this point, and let's say you're not on the floor, let's say you're on your chair, okay? To do this one from the chair, you gotta take your pad off the chair so you can slide a little. So when you have hips and knees replaced, this motion is kind of a big deal, because if you go too far and too much, then that is not good mechanics for replaced hips and knees. But this move you have to be able to do. So it's called the 90-90. And then some people will tell you, oh, it's no good if you don't go ahead and stand up straight from there. You don't need to listen to that. They don't have a replaced knee or a hip, okay? You do. So if you can get in the floor so that you can have fun down on the floor, playing games with your grandkids or picking up stuff, I always joke, it always is an incentive if you put your chocolate pieces all around. AJ gives me my chocolate pieces. Do you see how I'm right here? See this? Where do you go from here? What do you do? I'll show you what you do. You want to make sure, number one, that your hips and knees and back and upper back, shoulders can do this move. So I go from one side to the other side, and it doesn't hurt, and I can move as far as I can. When I come to here, then I put my hands right down. So let me turn around here so you can see what I'm doing. So I just rolled. Then you put your hands here and you're going to slide your knee under you so that you're on your hands and knees. Once again. Now I could get up straight from here. I could push back into my, we already did it, didn't we? Push back into my flexed toes and then go back. And you equalize, and then you get up. Now, if you do that, that's fine. Or you can come right to the chair, and we do the runner stretch, and we do it modified. We put our hands on the chair, and we stretch back there. See that? I'm stretching that calf. I can pump it just a tiny bit, not hard, just to make sure the synovial fluid is working in my toes, my feet, my knees, my hips. See, I'm not doing it real crazy. I just want to feel a stretch coming through that calf muscle. Yeah, so I do it a couple of times, drop my shoulders, then I come in and I step back with the other leg. Let me see where we're at. Okay, now I'm going to step back with the other leg. See that? And I put my knee as far forward as I can. and I slide back as far as I can. And if I have a good stretch going on my calf, great. You have, you're trying to put your heel down right now. That's what's going to give that calf a stretch. And you see how I'm pulsing? See, I just pulse my knee forward, but I keep that heel down, okay? Yeah, it's a pretty straight leg behind there. Give it a chance to loosen up. Then you release your knee and you come down. See that? That's what's called a little bit of a calf pump. Okay, this is one of the moves that's called brain gym that I used to teach quite a bit. Okay, this is such a good move. This could be a break move. If you just got down into the runner stretch, which is this is a modified runner stretch, and did a calf pump, you would feel so much better. So do these little things, okie dokie. Then I'm gonna step here and I'm gonna stand up. I'm gonna drop my shoulders. And then I have, we already did the 90-90 switch on the floor, and I did my runner stretch. Now is our tester. We did a lot of moving through the shoulders. I have to make sure I'm not gonna hit my fan above my head. Now we get the bar. And you remember this is one of the first ones I did on this session today. My knees are soft, number one. I'm fully grounded in my feet, meaning all four corners of my feet. My rib cage is lifted, okay? My chin is tucked. I'm gonna turn this way so you see where I'm going with my bar. And I remember I didn't take it over really hard. I came here, and then I came to the top of the head. Soften up the knees, take a breath. Don't bend at your wrist. Keep your wrist very neutral, okay? Then I slipped the bar behind the top part of my head and I pushed back on the bar. I did not go below the top of the head. My knees are soft. Push the head back. Drop your chin, take a breath through the nose. Okay, now I'm gonna sneak the bar down to the top of my neck. I mean, to the top of my shoulders, the bottom of my neck, okay? Make your hands really wide on your bar. Now, if you can, only if you can, you stretch those arms back and down as far as you feel you can. If that's not happening, that's okay. We're working on it. I bet you're better now than you were at the beginning. See how I'm gonna do? I'm bending my elbows. I'm not coming up with straight arms. I'm gonna bend my elbows. I'm gonna bring it up to my shoulder blades, then to the nape of my neck, then to the top of my head, then down, okay? If that is not working for you, you're gonna go to the side like this and come to the top part of the head. See, I'm pushing back pretty hard on that bar, and I'll go down that way. See that? I won't do them both together. Then I'll bend, bring it up. As soon as you reach the top of your head, you got to push that head back. Drop your elbows, take a breath, push back, and then bring it up, and then bring it down. Yeah, retraction and protraction. We were just doing retract, protract. Against this bar, that's money for your neck. At the same time, we were keeping our knees soft so that we fully engage in our muscles around our knee and hip, okay? And we started right here. This is where we started today, okay? Back and forth. So my goal today was to show you some stuff to do that you got to keep being able to move. I'm trying to get you into the floor, get you back up. And I'm just doing these very simple moves that you got to keep trying to do. And some ways to contract the muscles around your knee unloaded, because we don't want to be loaded when we do that, do we? Tim, I don't know about him. He probably does. Stop.